Two people walk into a luxury car showroom in 2026. Both have the same budget. Both want something premium. Both believe they're making a smart choice. But here's what nobody tells you. One of them will drive away in a car that feels exciting at first, sharp design, powerful presence, something that gets attention instantly. The other will choose something quieter, less dramatic, almost forgettable in the beginning. And yet, 5 years later, only one of them will still feel like they made the right choice. The other? He'll start noticing the small things. The cost, the fatigue, the tiny frustrations that slowly build up. And by the time he realizes it, the decision is already locked in. If you're enjoying this deep dive into what makes a luxury car a truly smart choice, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. Because in today's market, luxury has changed. It's louder now. Bigger screens, more aggressive styling, performance numbers that look great on paper. Everything is designed to impress you quickly. But here's where things get interesting. Not every car is playing that game. Hidden in the middle of all this noise, there's one that takes a completely different approach. No overpromising. No unnecessary complexity. No desperate attempt to look futuristic. Just quiet confidence. This is the 2026 Lexus ES 300h. Now at first glance, this car almost feels like it's holding back. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't try to dominate the road visually. And if you're used to cars that demand attention, this one might feel underwhelming in the first few seconds. But that's exactly where most people misjudge it. Because what looks simple here is actually very intentional. Take the front design. That spindle grille, bolt, yes, but not just for style. Most people assume it's purely visual. But in reality, it's helping manage airflow into the system, supporting the cooling of the hybrid components. Which means better efficiency and more stable performance over time. Not something you notice in a test drive, but something that matters long after. And it doesn't stop there. The headlights might look sleek and modern, but they're engineered for function first. The light distribution is more controlled, which improves visibility without unnecessary glare. On higher trims, adaptive high beam technology adjusts automatically depending on traffic conditions. So instead of constantly switching between modes, the car handles it for you. Small detail, but over time, it reduces fatigue in ways most drivers never think about. Now this is the part most people ignore. Even the hood has been refined. Smoother than before, not for aesthetics, but to reduce drag. Less resistance means better fuel efficiency and a more stable drive at higher speeds. And this is where the pattern becomes clear. This car isn't built to impress you instantly. It's built to quietly benefit you every single day. Move to the rear, and the same philosophy continues. No aggressive styling. No over-designed elements trying too hard to stand out. Instead, you get clean lines and a balanced, timeless look. The taillights stretch horizontally across the rear, giving the car a wider stance visually. But more importantly, they improve visibility from a distance. Especially in low light or bad weather, which again, isn't exciting in the showroom, but becomes valuable in real life. Then there's the hybrid badge, that small blue accent. For some, it's just branding. But for others, it represents something bigger. A balance between efficiency and convenience. You're not going fully electric, but you're also not stuck with traditional fuel-only driving. And for many buyers, that middle ground is exactly what they want. Another subtle detail, the rear bumper. Minimal. Not overloaded with fake vents or sharp edges. And while that might seem boring, it actually helps the car age better over time. Because designs that try too hard rarely last. There's also a practical advantage. Simpler surfaces are easier to maintain and less prone to visible wear. Now let's talk about something hybrid buyers always worry about: practicality. In many hybrid cars, battery placement eats into trunk space. But here's where Lexus did something smart. The ES 300h still offers a usable, spacious trunk. So you're not sacrificing daily usability for efficiency. And that matters more than most people realize. Now step inside, and this is where the experience shifts. Because this interior doesn't try to impress you instantly. It's not flashy. It's not overwhelming. Instead, it feels calm. Everything is soft to the touch. The materials feel premium without being loud. And within seconds, you start to notice something. You feel relaxed. The seats are wide and supportive. Not built for aggressive driving, but designed for long-distance comfort. And that difference becomes very clear over time. Even the rear seats offer generous space. Enough that this car starts to feel less like a driver's machine and more like something you enjoy being in. And that tells you everything about its character. This isn't about excitement. It's about ease. Now here's where opinions split. Technology. Because compared to competitors pushing massive curved displays and futuristic dashboards, the ES300h feels more conservative. You still get a large infotainment display. You still get smartphone integration and smooth system performance. But it doesn't try to replace everything with touch controls. And depending on who you are, that's either a weakness or a hidden strength. Because while some cars impress you with tech, they can become frustrating in daily use. This one focuses on simplicity. It's easy, predictable, stress-free, and that matters more than people expect. On the safety side, Lexus continues to deliver. A full suite of driver assistance systems working quietly in the background, helping when needed without being intrusive, which again reinforces the overall experience. Controlled, reliable. Now under the hood, the story becomes even clearer. This is not about speed, not about aggressive performance. It's a hybrid system designed for smoothness and efficiency. It combines a petrol engine with an electric motor, delivering a drive that feels effortless. Acceleration is smooth. The cabin stays quiet. The ride feels composed. And after some time, you start to notice something. Driving becomes easier, less stressful, less tiring. And that's something many performance-focused cars fail to deliver. Because while they're exciting at first, they demand more from you over time. This car does the opposite. It gives back. Now compare it to something like the BMW 5 Series, and the difference becomes obvious. The BMW is built to engage you, to make driving feel exciting. The Lexus? It's built to relax you. One is about performance, the other is about peace. If this comparison helped you decide which type of luxury fits your lifestyle, consider subscribing for more honest, long-term car reviews. And this is where the real decision happens. Not which car is better, but which one fits your life. Do you want something that impresses you occasionally, or something that supports you every single day? Because that's the choice most people don't think about. The 2026 Lexus ES300h isn't trying to dominate headlines. It's trying to win long-term satisfaction. And in a market obsessed with trends, that might actually be its biggest advantage. So now the question is simple. What matters more to you? Excitement or peace of mind?